Welcome to another episode of the Prescription for Career Success mini podcast. I'm Dr. Christy Taylor, and the goal of this podcast, of course, is to help you elevate your mindset to elevate your career. And today I want to focus on the toxic truth about job security in the federal sector. So this is episode 2 of our 21-day career pivot. And on episode 1, we really focused on just kind of setting the tone because a lot of us have experienced at this point being let go from our federal jobs. Again, I personally know what it's like to make that pivot, been there, done that, experienced all of the emotions with it. So today I want to focus on really, was the job secure in the first place? So here we are, we've all heard that federal jobs are secure. You don't have to worry about layoffs, but the truth is job security in the federal sector isn't as secure as you think. And we have found that out recently. In recent years, even prior to this, people were getting laid off. But most recently, we've seen federal agencies cutting back, making it clear that no job, even within the government, is safe from budget cuts, restructuring, or downsizing. So, for example, just so far right now in 2025, multiple federal agencies have announced substantial layoffs due to federal budget constraints or just changes in the system, including the Department of Health and Human Services recently cut as much as 20,000 jobs. And again, these are people I know, people that I've worked with. So as a career coach, I want to make sure that I'm providing as many sources, as much support as I can. Now, the reality is that the idea of job security, it has always been an illusion. Just because you work for the federal government or any, whether it's public sector or private sector job, it doesn't mean that you're going to be guaranteed to keep that position forever. But we get comfortable and we get used to these ideas of, well, I can stay in this position for 20, 30 years. The truth is we are just workers. We are professionals in these spaces. But if you died tomorrow on any job, they would advertise position the next day. It's going to be critical that you understand that nothing is permanent, especially in today's volatile economic climate. Now, this brings us to the false sense of permanence. And whether you're a federal worker or, again, just the everyday normal person working in the private sector, many of us fall into this trap of thinking that because we have strong benefits or a stable salary, they'll always have a job. The job will always be here. But here's the harsh truth. Relying solely on the benefits, such as your federal benefits, as your career safety net, that is dangerous. And of course, we have found that out in the past few weeks, past few months even. Government roles, they're highly susceptible to political changes as we see economic cycles and policy shifts. And with the changing tides in Washington, no one is immune to layoffs. So relying on a benefits package or a pension to define your career security is going to leave you vulnerable to external forces that you can't control. So what can we do to ensure that you are not exposed when the winds of change blow through? So things shift every 3 or 4 years. Things can shift when it comes to government policy. So we have to kind of be aware of that. It's time to adapt to the uncertainty of today's economy because the job market is unpredictable and the future of federal workers or any worker, period, any of us, is more uncertain than ever. And with the rise of automation, shifting global dynamics, and changing priorities in government budgets, the idea of permanent federal jobs is quickly becoming outdated. So adapting means developing a mindset that focuses on flexibility, skill building, and constant learning. One of the most amazing things that I am seeing right now, and there seems to be a wave of this, is people deciding, you know what, I'm going to bet on me. This transition, this period of layoffs, people are deciding, you know what, I'm going to bet on myself. You should be investing in yourself, acquiring new skills, certification, and exploring other industries that will provide you with job security when relying, other than just relying on the federal government, to keep you safe, because that world no longer exists. Explore opportunities, because again, the world is changing fast, and the more you invest in developing versatile skills, the more opportunities that will open up to you, whether you're staying within the government, because some people were able to go from one role right to another, or shift from one contract right to another. And again, like I said, I'm seeing people who are just deciding to bet on them, go into entrepreneurship or go into the private sector where they can make more money. And it's just, you have to shift your mindset from one of security to one of self-sufficiency. I know, because most of us, especially I grew up in the South, hey, you get a good government job, you stay there, and that's where you are, right? So everything that I've studied, everything that I've educated myself has always been to work in some type of government-owned space, whether it was me teaching, again, with the previous work that I've done, or serving. I've always had some type of commitment to public service. But again, bet on you. Understand, transition your mindset from one where I have to have a job with this pension to one of self-sufficiency, so you can live in your own creative element and you can take advantage of the transferable skills you have, because you might find satisfaction from working in another industry. It is time to stop relying on external factors for career stability. All of my clients, when I'm working with them, we talk about this, because mindset is everything. Instead, one of the things you have to focus on is developing your own self-sufficiency. That's going to be the key to your success in this space. So, so far I've talked a little bit about job security being a myth, the benefits, versus security, and this illusion of permanence. But what I really also just want to highlight here is that you have adaptable skills. You have the ability to make a transition, even if it's new into a new industry. Also, you have the ability to bet on yourself. There might be something that is deep inside of you, a passion, a skill, something that you want to do to get yourself to the next level. I highly encourage you to take a shot on you and go for that. Now, again, so we talked about mindset. We've talked about, shifting from security to self-sufficiency. And then the final thing here is to own your career future, because job security is not just about where you work. It's about what you bring to the table with all of those transferable skills that you have. So in short, job security, whether it doesn't matter what sector that you're in, it's always been just a myth. And relying on government benefits, that's a dangerous game. You should be taking care of yourself and trying to be self-reliant as possible. But I get it, we all want that stability. But what happens when it's gone? So it's great to have that stability, but you always want to have a backup plan. So in this transition, if you land on your feet, still have a backup plan just in case something happens again. Adapting to uncertainty in today's economy means focusing on your growth, developing your diverse skills, and shifting your mindset again from that security to one of self-sufficiency by investing in your future. Now, let's talk about investing in your future. I'm going to be hosting a free 2-day summit, the Prescription for Career Success Summit. We also have a book coming soon. And if you're ready to take control of your career and invest in your future, I want you to click the link in the bio or this description, wherever you're hearing this from, and register for this summit. It's not just me speaking. I have 18 experts coming in, and we're going to be providing career advice, supporting you in this transition. And the crazy thing is, we planned this whole thing way last year, but we decided to go ahead and make this free because we want to be here to support you. As I pointed out today, the landscape of employment is changing rapidly with all of these significant layoffs. You have restructuring happening, all of these things occurring, but you need to still bet on you and take care of you. So click the link to register for that free 2-day Prescription for Career Success Summit. If you want one-on-one support with mindset, with trying to figure out what is the next steps in your career to make this career pivot. Also, you can click the link to schedule a one-on-one appointment with me. I have a special for federal employees, particularly for resume reviews and feedback for just $25. But we also have a lot of free resources on the site. So stay connected with us. Keep tuning in. We are not only helping you write your prescription for career success, but also helping you write your prescription for life success. Have a great day.